We might as well start off from the very beginning. You guys have come into the esports world, the esports community. Why the esports world? You guys have really dominated endurance sports recently. I know a lot of people have spoken that they've used your products in running, they've used your products in cycling, but now all of a sudden, 32 GI esports nutrition. Why?
Well, I think two reasons. Number one, you personally ignited that when you approached me for looking at our existing range as sort of going into the esports community, because coming from a cycling background, that our range does provide stability, and it is a pretty healthy range, and yeah, sure, there could be some advantages to gamers. But once we gave it more thought, we realized that, and this is really also due to COVID, that we were afforded the opportunity to actually give development of such a product focus. I think COVID has changed the world. We know that this pandemic has definitely harmed endurance sport as we know it today.
Yeah.
And we've always been looking for new avenues. When it comes to the esports or the gaming communities, really those kind of activities can be done in the comfort of your own home.
Yeah.
And it doesn't require somebody going into an event where there are masses of crowds, which are actually prohibited in current times. So for us, it was a really good opportunity to have a look at it. And obviously, we took a really serious, in-depth dive into the world of esports to just get a bit of an understanding. The only thing that I know is that a lot of kids around me, are gamers, but I found that actually the biggest gaming ages are between the ages of 28 to 54. So that was quite a surprise, realizing how serious it is. And then obviously there's a lot of investment in it. There's a lot of competition. There's a lot of money. There's a lot of advertising. There's actually a massive wave that's happening. And personally, I think that, as a business, we looked at it and we thought, well, this is something that we definitely need to try and get into and take seriously, because it's an opportunity. I think my biggest focus has always been, and the company's focus specifically, we've always been about health before performance and health empowering performance. We always wanted to focus on the health of an athlete as opposed to just getting him onto a podium and making him perform, because ultimately health is the true wealth, and that's what life is about. It's about a quality life is a healthy life, and it's about longevity. And when it comes to the gaming community, I think that mostly it's perceived as an unhealthy community because guys are sitting there for hours on end and gaming. They don't realize, though, that gamers are also very active people. I mean, I've come across top cyclists, I've come across CrossFitters that are also gamers, but they've also got their outdoor activities and they do exercise and they do tend to look after themselves.
Yeah.
But taking a look at where the market is and where it's come from, and also analyzing the different products in the industry, you get to realize that, in actual fact, what's being pushed to the gamers are not very healthy products. In actual fact, a lot of them are loaded with sugars, they're loaded with stimulants, and the two really are not a good for anybody that's sitting and playing games for many, many hours on end. Yeah. And health came to the forefront for us again. It was like, no, we need to change this perception. Mm-hmm. Gamers shouldn't be perceived as just an unhealthy community, and their health should not be damaged. Their health should be looked after, because the focus is really on endurance performance. And when we say endurance performance, we're talking about obviously mental performance, because that's really what it's about when it comes to the gaming community. I mean, it's about brilliant hand-eye coordination, being able to make quick, decisive decisions. It's about being relaxed and being calm and being able to, like we say, to be able to think under fire, in actual fact, if you're looking at a gaming individual. And the only way to do that is to actually provide the person with something that's going to benefit his health, which means that we're looking at something that's 0 to very low calorie, something that is a stimulant that is not going to cause a roller coaster ride of spikes and crashes. We prefer stability. Okay. The gamer does need to feel like they're in control. And with a spike, it's a little bit, and then a crash, there's no control there. Unfortunately, that you're not in control. And then obviously we're looking at things like eye health and obviously, cognitive function, so brain health, etc., and trying to improve all these different avenues, but so to enhance the gamer's experience, but to preserve his health. And that's really what we're about as a company, is actually preserving and enhancing people's health, but also empowering them with the ability to be able to perform.
Absolutely beautiful. So this product you guys created, obviously it gives these gamers a good stable amount of energy over long periods of time. Now, is there any trick, anything special that you guys have put into this drink to really kind of push it over the edge, making sure that it's specifically for gamers?
Of course, definitely, and it took a lot of research and obviously speaking to the experts in the field to see what businesses are doing, what people are doing
Yeah.
in this region, and I think it's important, like looking at stability was the biggest thing, because once you start a game and you're sitting there, you need to have this steady focus and ability to concentrate for many hours on end. So eliminating those spikes and crashes, which is generally what most products actually do, that was one of our biggest focuses. So we actually looked at, it's a very expensive caffeine. It's a very slow release caffeine that stabilizes and releases at peak concentration level. It can hold that peak concentration level for many, many hours on end. In actual fact, 6 to 8 hours without a drop. And when it does wear off, the game is in full control. A lot of the gamers have come back to me and said, it's amazing. I actually managed to get to sleep and I had a good night's sleep. There was no jittery, no shaking. So that was very vital, because impacting sleep also impacts a person's health as well. We looked at things that help with cognitive function, hand-eye coordination, making decisions. And in that case, we looked at mercurine, which is an additive which has been shown. A lot of people know it as helping brain function. They do use it, for example, in treatment of Parkinson's disease.
Okay.
But in small doses, we felt for a gamer this would be very, very beneficial as well. And then we've incorporated some ingredients to help relax the nervous system, such as magnesium, and in the form of a concentrated beetroot extract to act as a vasodilator. And for vasodilations, we know that once you can vasodilate, the body relaxes quite nicely. The blood flow is absolutely, it's more optimal, better oxygen supply. And once we gave it to gamers to test and we got the feedback, we realized, okay, this is definitely going to be a hit in the market. And it's not just for gamers. I mean, it's to be honest, if there's a student that's studying through the day, this will be a phenomenal product for him to consume, to be able to stay focused and to concentrate, as well as somebody that wants to be productive in the workplace. Every single ingredient that's been put into that drink will give a gamer the ability to perform. I know you guys just had a competition on the weekend and you did amazingly. You guys won. I know the gamers were using the drink. I'm not saying that they won because of the drink, because I know the gamers play very hard. They practice. It's strategy. It's really a lot goes into it. I'm not an expert in the field.
But there's a reason they won, hey? And at the end of the day, the players were all drinking your drink. They all spoke about the drink. I think the results really speak for themselves at this point.
Look, with 32GR, if somebody tries our product and they feel it doesn't work, we offer a full money back guarantee. We've been offering that for 10 years. Nobody's ever come back to us and said your product doesn't work. The product does work. We test it with professionals before we put it into the market. We need to make sure that with focus group studies and the feedback is correct. I mean, that when you approached us, we wanted to launch a product in January.
Yeah.
We're only launching it now in July. I mean, we're talking 7 months of hard work and development before this product comes to the market. And that's because we really needed to make sure from a taste profile, from a functionality profile, from a user satisfaction point of view, all of those boxes are ticked in the right places, and I think that's very key. So I would say to any gamer, try it. I don't think you'll be sorry. I think if anything, you'll be quite amazed at how well this product works.
Oh no, I think that's absolutely, it's incredible for the entire esports community, really. So now that you guys have made your splash, like you said, you wanted to release this product in January. It's taken a little bit of time. You put a lot of effort into it. Now you guys are making a splash into the esports community. What are your plans now as 32GI?
We are going to grow the esports offering. Absolutely, we're looking at it. So we started off with a mental energy drink, if you want to call it that. Mm-hmm. We are now going to look at healthy nutrition offerings for gamers, which we know would be beneficial to their health. We know that they're sitting there. We know that they don't always have time to prepare meals unless they've got people to do it for them.
Yeah.
So the idea is to provide now we're looking at some nutritional shakes, some nutritional snacks, etc., for gamers, which taste good, which are fantastic, which again will give them the ability to eat a meal during gaming, which is convenient, which is simple, but most important, it will provide them the nutrients that we know are healthy, and from that point of view, that's at the top of our list. Giving them a meal which is considered to be a healthy meal, but a convenient meal, and that's really the idea.
Yeah.